I always hear you guys say, when you're talking about the greats in our game, Mariano's cutter, or John Smoltz's slider, Pedro's change, I knew it was coming, I just couldn't get to it. You're smirking. Why? What makes it so difficult when you know that's on the way?
Deception, Lauren. I remember my first spring training with the Yankees. We went to play the Red Sox, and Pedro was pitching, and Chuck Knobloch said, if you ain't looking for the changeup, you ain't hitting it. And if you're looking for it, you ain't hitting it anyways. I was like, oh, no, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. But, yeah, some guys, they're just straight field. That's when you look at the lineup, and when you're up fourth in the 8th inning, and you know the closer's coming in the 9th, you're like, just one guy get on base. I want to hit in the 8th. I don't want to hit in the 9th.
Literally. Absolutely.
So Same thing. Mariano, Brandon Inge told me. I said, what do I do? How do I hit this guy? He said, swing where you think it's going to go.
Which is what?
What?
About 8 inches that way.
Excuse me?
Okay, so now you're in charge. You get to pick your poison in this exercise. You get to create your own mega reliever, right?
Yes.
They will throw all the pitches, you follow, in your nightmares. And you can construct them however you want. Who's up first? Mike Lowell, you ready?
I'm ready.
What do you got?
I have.
What will that pitcher look like?
Well, he's gonna have a 4-pitch mix.
A 4-pitch mix?
Yeah, 4-pitch.
For a
Just
reliever?
good luck.
Okay.
Play home sinker.
I see you.
Good night. You have no chance. Edwin Diaz, after you hear the trumpets, if you're not intimidated by that, you're done. Then you're sitting heater, and Devin Williams throws you the Bugs Bunny changeup, and then we're just going to throw you 101 mile an hour. Oh, he led up there. 99 mile an hour cutter. Emmanuel Clase.
Forget it.
I don't want to see that guy.
If you're up against that guy, what are you sitting? What are you waiting for?
I'm just going to take my hat and put it on the bench.
Skip, I'm going to need a day.
We're done.
Just turn my bat. I might just turn my bat around and hold the barrel.
There you
4
go.
pitches. Pretty awesome. All right, who's your guy? What does that pitcher look
Well,
like?
you know what? I'm a big proponent of pitchers don't know how hard it is to hit a fastball. So I want guys who have really good arms. Right here, like you said, when you hear those trumpets, those Mets fans get up, give me Eddie Diaz's heater. I mean, get that foot down or you're not going to hit it at all. And then right here, cutter, looks down the middle, just disappears. And then right here, Johan Duran, absolutely nasty. He has a mix of like a splitty/slider, and that's what I call the boogeyman. Talking about having nightmares, that pitch right there will give you nightmares in your sleep. So those 3 guys, you know, for me, my closer, 3 pitches, pitching off the heater. I mean, unhittable, nasty.
You know, when you're facing a starter, you're preparing for him, right? You're watching video. Are you doing that with relievers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All the time?
Yeah, the only problem is you might get, well, I'm dating myself. You might get 2 or 3 at-bats. Now no one gets 3 at-bats against a starter. So you can kind of see how he pitched you the first. You have a little bit more information. The problem with the closers and you know, the high leverage late inning guys is you get 1 chance. You know, and you don't. I mean, he might throw you 3 nasty cutters, and even if you're looking for him, if he puts it on the black, you're not going to get a hit.
This show is airing Tuesday at 8. I can't wait to see who's number 1. Who is number 1 in your mind?
In my mind, it's Clase, because I just think when you have such velocity with movement, I think that's what made Mariano so devastating. 9 times out of 10, he was throwing the same pitch. He just never missed. And sometimes it would cut 3 inches, and sometimes it looked like it cut 3 feet. So I've just always been a fan of a guy that throws such high octane with a cutter. I mean, it's matchup nightmare.
I watched him front row in the postseason, and guys were on a different plane. Like all-stars in our sport couldn't even touch him. Who's your guy?
And they couldn't touch him. We talk about scouting reports. You know, that guy's nasty. But for me, you know, this guy struggled his first year in New York. But now, all of a sudden, he's got Buck there, new squad. All of a sudden, the trumpets are loud, the music's blaring. You see that right there. The atmosphere is as lit as it's going to be. Eddie Diaz has got it back. I mean, he's looking like the guy that was in Seattle that the Mets, you know, wanted to sign for, that got that long-term deal that he deserved. This guy, electric stuff. He has a 2 to 3 pitch mix. I mean, throwing strike, trusting his stuff in the zone. I think James McCann was huge for him as well. But right here, Eddie Diaz, to me, he's the best closer in the game.
Wow.
Electric.
But you remember, you talked about it when he came over. I mean, that's hard to turn around in New York. In New York.
It is.
To change?
Exactly. To make changes, those fans on you, the investment.
And adjust
I mean, right?
through it all.
So you got to give him a lot of credit to bounce back like he was able to do. It just speaks volume on the stuff. And again, his work ethic as well. But that guy, I don't want to see him.